Hello and welcome back to Firefighting in Canada this week. Today's edition is brought to you by VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. I'm Justin Belmore, and this is your Firefighting News. Your top story: the town of Didsbury, Alberta is investigating why 5 volunteer firefighters resigned. Then, the Baddeck, Nova Scotia Fire Chief and the Village Commission are in a heated dispute over fire hydrant standards. And Firefighting in Canada columnist Vince MacKenzie comments on the highs and lows of volunteer firefighter recruitment in his latest article. 5 volunteer firefighters have resigned from the Didsbury Alberta Fire Department, and city officials are trying to find out why, CBC reports. A series of complaints have come forward from the volunteer force, and a third-party consultant did an investigation. The consultant issued a report to council in July, but the contents are being withheld because it contains sensitive personal information that could affect the reputation of the fire department and its members, according to the town's chief administrative officer, Harold Northcott. Councillor John Baswick says council is limited on what it can tell the public, as the report was discussed in a confidential in-camera meeting. Meanwhile, the people in the community are left wondering exactly what happened to cause 5 resignations. Baswick said the complaints and investigation findings are not related to criminal activities. Baswick also said he hopes to hear from the volunteer members directly about their concerns, but he added the fire department will have to make any improvements if required. A long-running dispute over fire hydrant operations between the fire chief and the Village Commission in Baddeck, Nova Scotia, is being handled by the province Utility and Review Board. Fire Chief Darren McCauley says the several hydrants in the town are out of commission and that the village isn't holding up its promised inspection and flooding program. According to documents filed with the UARB, some of the hydrants in Baddeck are privately owned, while the rest belong to the village. The Utility and Review Board has given the Village Commission until July 27th to file answers to nearly a dozen questions on village hydrants. It's difficult to retain personnel in a volunteer fire department, especially in smaller communities. So why does it happen? Grand Falls-Windsor Fire Chief Vince MacKenzie in Newfoundland says there are a variety of reasons from a lack of leadership to genuine non-interest. But what he sees happening more now is volunteers leaving for full-time positions at other departments.
Some will refer to it as a challenge or a problem. I like to refer to it as a process. I think recruitment and retention is a process that we as fire service leaders have to learn and understand the complex issues surrounding recruitment and retention. And when you talk about the Canadian Fire Service, as vast as it is, with the thousands of firefighters and hundreds and thousands of fire departments, it really reflects on the demographics and the local conditions, which are the biggest factor in recruiting and retaining firefighters.
This is Annex Business Media's Niche TV. Thanks again to VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. Stay tuned for our next episode of Firefighting in Canada this week on Friday, July 27th. I'm Justin Belmore. I'll see you next time.